practice, and Lewis Hamilton certainly having to work hard, although he's opened the gap a little bit to Raikkonen. It looks like it's closing again. Last lap around, Raikkonen a couple of tenths quicker than Hamilton, so it's not over for the battle for second place. You can't help but feel that Lotus, they have a good race car, and they just don't seem to manage to get the track position in the early phase of the Grand Prix. They come back strong late in the race, but it's almost like a little bit too much too late.
No, that's right.
Too little, too late. What's the expression?
Too little, that's right. Yeah. And anyway, they're not in the right place to win these Grand Prix. They've got too many cars in front of them. That's right. And of course, Grosjean, you've got to feel for him because he seemed to have a good second place here and potentially the chance to challenge Alonso, particularly if Alonso's tires do go off a little bit more in the remaining laps. But as we've seen, Grosjean coasted to a halt. The second car to do that of the front runners. Now, on board with Mark Webber, Michael Schumacher just getting past Perez.
Yeah, so Schumacher passed to Sauber, and Webber's trying to do likewise. So Perez, who's had a great run going, he's now going to lose some places to some of the veterans. Certainly Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, Webber gets through as well. So next stop for Michael Schumacher, Paul Di Resta. I fear he's going to be defenceless on those very tired tyres now, as you said earlier. He pitted on lap 23, so a long way he's gone this afternoon. It's been an impressive attempt at a one-stop, and he certainly looks like he'll do enough to hold on and get some points this afternoon, but he's about to lose, I would suggest, a place to Michael Schumacher and Mark Webber.
Yeah, and Michael could be on for his best result. Let's just take a look at how Mark Webber did it.
Went tight through 12, and then does the undercut through 13, gets the drive off on the fresher tyres.
Now, Massa, what's he been doing? Battling with Petrov here. Petrov, just shutting the door on the Ferrari, and then coming back at the Ferrari as well. This is all for 15th place, but they're still racing hard, and I think he may have got that place back. Meanwhile, Di Resta now with his mirrors full of Mercedes and Red Bull, and Webber will look for any chance he can to catch Michael Schumacher out here as they try and get past the Force India. And not much further ahead is Hulkenberg. Schumacher on for his best result of the season here, and there could be a couple more places to come. Still, Mark Webber tucked in behind them. Nico Rosberg with the fastest lap in this race in the other Mercedes. So they have come alive in the last stages, and here comes Michael Schumacher, and he gets past Paul Di Resta easily. Nothing Paul can do on tyres that have done so many more laps, and I think Webber's not going to take too much longer to follow.
No, just run out of rubber. He's doing the best he can in this circumstance, but Mark Webber's probably going to get the run on him on the way down to 17. You can see the difference in traction that he had off 14, and easy pass in the end for Mark. Next up for Michael Schumacher is Nico Hulkenberg.
False pit stop being made by Felipe Massa, courtesy of maybe some damage, I don't know. But he's in the pits for the moment. This was how Michael simply swept past Paul Di Resta. No dramas at all, and he is now in 6th position. And at last, Michael Schumacher having a decent race run here today. That's how Mark Webber did it, and again, no dramas at all involved in that.
Well, Michael Schumacher well and truly in the points. His teammate Rosberg battling to try and pick up the last point this afternoon. He's 4 seconds behind Button as we see Hamilton, huge lockup on the run into turn 25. So as we said, the battle for second place is not over, but Rosberg is all of a sudden, he's the fastest man on the track.
He's definitely sliding. Hamilton made a mistake there, and this is a big chance for Raikkonen. Raikkonen going one way, then the other, trying to take second place from the McLaren. The McLaren has surely run out of grip here, and here comes Kimi Raikkonen, trying to go all the way down the outside, wheel to wheel. Raikkonen versus Hamilton. He's trying to go around the outside, but Hamilton won't let him, and Raikkonen cannot do it there. And somehow, Hamilton, after that error and the slide, he's holding on to position. Raikkonen still will try and come back at him, though, and get him on the run to the hairpin.
Well, Raikkonen, you've got DRS and you're on the clean line, and he couldn't make it stick. But will he do it down into turn 17? He's going for the outside, but he just seems tentative. Is it just me, Or does Kimi just not feel that comfortable, but then does the undercut just to shut me up? He makes it stick, and well done, Kimi.
He's done it. He's got into second place. Kimi Räikkönen in the Lotus has got into second, and it's the McLaren that's run out of grip. And Hamilton could be under pressure here from Maldonado.
He goes wide, and Maldonado's going to pass him on the run out as he comes on the run down to turn one. They're going to be two abreast as they run through the high-speed corner.
Oh, that's tight, that's so close. They're almost touching wheels at 180 miles an hour, and somehow Hamilton holds on to it. And so that's why the HRTs have gone wide on ball with Maldonado and Hamilton. That was brave stuff from both of them.
Well, these guys have got form. We came together in Monaco last year, and Maldonado was the victim of that particular incident. Brave stuff from both of them through turn one, and in the end Hamilton made it, held on to that place, but can he hold on in what is coming into the last lap of this Grand Prix? He's got just no rear tyres left by the looks of it. Maldonado is going to be right into his slipstream as they come into the DRS zone.
And to Pastor Maldonado, the Barcelona race winner, remember, looking to try and get his second Formula One podium, but Hamilton will fight it with everything he's got, and he breaks a little early, and Maldonado tries to go around the outside of it. They almost touch, but they're not quite, but he's walking over. Oh, there it is! Hamilton's in the wall! Hamilton in the timer! He's out of the European Grand Prix! He beats the steering wheel! He cannot believe what has just happened!
Well, disappointments. McLaren so close to the end of this Grand Prix. Maldonado placed his car on the outside. Lewis would know that. He tried to squeeze him a little bit as it came to 13. And then sadly, as we see Maldonado's lost his front wing, this is going to allow Michael Schumacher to come through and take up that position for third place. So this could be a podium for Michael. And Maldonado runs off the circuit. Mark Webber can also sniff the opportunity for a podium.
Yeah, definitely, because they've got past Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg in the Force India hasn't been able to keep up. Let's take a look at this, David. This is how it all happened.
Okay, he's on the outside. He gets pushed a little bit wide, runs over the curb, and then, well, you could argue Maldonado was off the track, and in the end, he's just T-boned the side of Hamilton. So at this phase, it's advantage Maldonado, and now it's advantage Hamilton. And at this point, Maldonado's off the track, and then he T-bones the side of Hamilton. So I think that if you have to apportion blame, the white line defines the racetrack. Even though there is plenty of room there, Maldonado was off the racetrack. So does this mean Michael Schumacher is going to benefit as an expensive steering wheel goes for a trip over the front of that very damaged McLaren? So where is the battle, Mark Webber, Michael Schumacher? This is it now. Webber's been slow on traction out of this turn 10, excuse me. He'll be in the DRS zone, but this is for the podium.
Yeah, and we're on the last lap. We're on the last lap.
Waved yellows, of course.
Fernando Alonso leads. A yellow flag means you cannot overtake. He has to sit in behind for the moment, and Hulkenberg having to wait to get past the lap car. But you're on board with Fernando Alonso. He's down at the hairpin here. Fernando Alonso, he started in 11th place, and he has now just got a final half of the lap to complete to take victory here in Valencia. What a remarkable story it has been once again for Fernando Alonso and for Ferrari. He comes down to the final corner, and Fernando Alonso is the first repeat winner of 2012. It's his 29th career win, and the first time he's won in Valencia. Second place will go to Kimi Räikkönen for Lotus. For where is third? It's going to be Michael Schumacher. It's Michael Schumacher's first podium since his comeback. He's done it at last. Mark Webber finishes in fourth place. Hulkenberg is going to finish in fifth position. He does. And Rosberg grabs sixth. Rosberg grabs sixth on the line virtually from Paul di Resta, who finishes in seventh. Then it's Button in eighth. Perez in ninth. And I can't tell you who's 10th because it's Maldonado who's managed to get home in 10th. The guy that made contact with Lewis Hamilton. Maldonado has finished in 10th, but Hamilton walks back, and Alonso has seen his two biggest rivals out of the European Grand Prix, whereas he has taken victory at home for Spain. What a day for Fernando Alonso.
Giornata fantastica, giornata fantastica.
don't think we need any translation on that. Fantastica, truly world-class drive. And what a comeback from a disappointing qualifying. Bitter disappointment for Lewis Hamilton, and just attacked by Maldonado, who placed his car and just T-boned the side of the McLaren driver. So it changed this race. And there we see Maldonado remarkably managed to continue on, and good call from them to stay out and pick up the final point this afternoon. I suspect he'll have a visit to the stewards though.
I think there might well be a visit to the stewards. To Fernando Alonso, though, he has lit up the Valencia town with this result. The football result was brilliant for Spain last night, but this is just amazing. Fernando Alonso for Ferrari. They had a poor day in qualifying. He qualified in 11th. This race, let's just listen.
This one. Super well done, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. So great.
Michael Schumacher on the podium at last. That is just, after all the troubles he's had so far this year, it's just so difficult. He'll be the oldest podium finisher since Jack Brabham in 1970, when he was 44 years old. And he's taken that record now as Michael Schumacher, as long as there's so many other records he's taken in his Formula One career. Fernando Alonso wins in Spain. The European Grand Prix goes to Ferrari. Lotus finishing second, courtesy of Kimi Räikkönen. Michael Schumacher is third. Mark Webber fourth. Hulkenberg fifth. Rosberg sixth. And the rest are in seventh. Jenson Button in eighth place ahead of Sergio Perez. Then Pastor Maldonado in the Williams, only one place ahead of his teammate in the Jens Senna in 11th. Ricciardo 12th. Then Petrov and Kovalainen in the two Caterhams in incident-packed races. Charles Pic finished in the Marussia. Massa was 16th ahead of De La Rosa and Carter Gay. Hamilton classified 19th, but of course the car was in the wall out as well with Grosjean, Vettel, Kobayashi and Verne.